Good afternoon, all. We already waited for 3 minutes, so let's start. People are still joining, but we'll start. I hope you guys can hear me and see my screen. Can someone confirm, please?
Yes, Soul bhai.
Okay, so let's quickly start. I suppose no one has tried yesterday's task because I did not get any query. I did not see any messages, people collaborating. So I am hoping you guys would do it this week, right? Because we have a long holiday this week. We don't have class, we don't have session on next week, which is 22 and 22nd. Now we'll resume on 29th directly, 29th of April, right? So you have enough days, guys. Please do practice everything from start, from scratch till date, whatever we have covered. Virtual machine, networking, VNet pairing, whatever we have done, please recap everything. And today what we are going to do is express route. I will quickly show it to you. After that, I'm going to explain it to you. What is a gateway? Yesterday, I thought you guys are not understanding what exactly a gateway is. So just a brief definition of gateway. What we have been discussing, gateway की हम जब बात कर रहे थे, so exactly gateway का मतलब क्या होता है? It is a very brief one, very small, hardly take a minute or so, right? But it will be easier for you to understand. When I say gateway next time, you will understand it. Then I said express route. We are going to say it. I told you we cannot do the complete setup of express route because telecom and service provider, many more aspects are involved in this. So we are not going to do that completely. Whatever we could do at Azure side, I will be showing it to you. After that, we'll be doing NSG's network security group, then route table. I will show it to you. NSG itself is a big topic. It's not that complex. It's interesting one. If you understand it well, you will get it easily. It's not a huge topic, right? But it's an interesting one and frequently asked. Then there is a firewall. Firewall, we are just going to do the theory part. I will see if we have to do practical or not once I come back. Will because no one is going to ask you questions on firewall practical, right? And the practical is huge one. It takes time to deploy that resource. So today we are for sure we are not doing the firewalls practical. Differences between firewall and NSG, which is frequently asked question, that is already there in this one note. Here it is. I will explain it to you today also. But practical we are not doing for firewall. And if time allows, and if you guys have some time, we may extend today's session because I want to cover all of these because you have enough time after today's session. We have a gap of 1 week, so I want you to cover everything, read these questions. At least you will be done with all these networking topics. And when I come back, we can start with our storage topic. Sounds good, guys? Anyone has any question?
No, Soul bhai, all good.
Okay, so I hope the agenda is clear. So let's begin, guys. Anyone tried, by the way, anyone tried doing VPN gateway wala a practical? Anyone tried that?
No, Solver.
No problem. Do it in this time now. Now that we have enough time. Okay, one quick note I would like to share with you, or a disclaimer, I would say. Guys, see, in my day-to-day roles and responsibility, I never get to touch portal. It's been a long time I have deployed something in my role actually. I'm talking about my work, right? My complete job profile is into architecture. So we deploy, we design it, we conduct interviews of client, application owners, business planning, and everything. So for me also to remember all this, what I have to do is practice. Whenever I conduct your session, I make sure that at least a day ago or an hour ago, I sit on computer and I deploy that resource. I do that again. So at the time of session, we should not get any error. और वहां पर मैं खुद नहीं फंस जाना चाहिए कि यार ये क्या था? I can't recall it, and let's Google it and waste our time. That should not happen. Hence, I always practice before I deliver a session to you. Why am I telling this to you? Two things. One is practice is must. No matter how good you are, no matter how long have you worked for, no matter how many sessions are you attending, no matter how many videos are you watching, right? I have done deployment in my previous role. I have done deployment for a long time and still I forget. And it's not only me, human. They tend to forget if you don't keep practicing. So keep practicing. Second thing, why am I telling you this? Today I could not practice. There was some issue with my internet or my laptop, you could say. I could not practice NSG. So today we might face that issue where I am not able to recall something and we might have to Google. So bear with me for that. Let's see if it may go smoothly also, and we might face that problem also. And if I think कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा confusion हो रहा है, I'll repeat these sessions. But I don't think so ऐसा होगा. Let's give it a try. Okay, so let's start with gateway. Before I do that, any one of you has any questions? I'll give you 30 seconds. Think about it. Any question before I proceed? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe. No questions. Are you understanding everything? Are you not understanding anything? What is the case? Yeah, Ajay and Nelson, are you trying to say something, guys? You're unmuting yourself.
Yeah, last week I was not there, Sohail bhai, so I'll just repeat the session over here. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think so I will be getting a doubt after watching the video, but if I can get any doubts, I'll message you or I can
No
tell
worries.
you on this WhatsApp.
No, no worries. So fine, guys. Then I assume that no one has any questions. So let's talk about gateway first, very quickly. What is a gateway? We have been discussing here that you guys have to create a virtual network gateway. You have to create a gateway. So in a layman term, in a very simple term, I will explain to you what is a gateway. Let's take yesterday's example, this one. So when we say a gateway is nothing, लिटरल मीनिंग उसका ले लो आप. एक गेटवे मतलब आप अपने ट्रैफिक को बाहर जाने का एक रास्ता बता रहे हो, राइट? एंड व्हाई एम आई एक्सप्लेनिंग इट टू यू, बिकॉज दिस इज कनेक्टेड टू आवर टुडेस सेशन आल्सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू एनएसजी, तब भी ये सब कनेक्टेड है. ओके, सो लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. व्हाट इज अ गेटवे? नाउ दिस वीएम, राइट, इसका ट्रैफिक जो है डायरेक्टली यहाँ से गूगल पे, इंटरनेट पे यहाँ से जा सकता है, डायरेक्टली यहाँ से यहाँ जा सकता है, डायरेक्टली यहाँ से यहाँ पर जा सकता है. इट कुड हैपन, राइट, डायरेक्टली यहाँ से यहाँ पर जा सकता है, बट देन इट विल नॉट वर्क प्रॉपरली बिकॉज इसमें हम लोगों ने कोई पेयरिंग नहीं कर रखी है, कुछ नहीं कर रखा है. दोज आईपीज विल नॉट टॉक टू ईच अदर. सो व्हाट डू वी वांट हियर? वी वांट अ गेटवे, एक प्रॉपर पाथ होना चाहिए, राउट होना चाहिए ट्रैफिक फ्लो का. सो व्हाट एम आई डूइंग हियर, दैट दिस ट्रैफिक शुड गो फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर and from here outside. So gateway is nothing. जिस भी तरह का आपका ट्रैफिक है उसको बाहर निकालने का आप जो आप एक रास्ता, एक राउट डिसाइड करते हो, उस राउट के बाद एक जो आपका एग्जिट का जो एक आप गेटवे बनाते हो, दैट इज योर गेटवे. That from this route your traffic should go out. You could have two gateways here, the 3 or 4, and you could decide कि ये virtual machines अलग gateway से चले जाए, वो virtual machines अलग gateway से चले जाए, if that is your business requirement. One good thing, one good practical we had for that is Tresert. I've shown it to you, and let me do it again for you. I will open this. Here it is. No, this one. I'll use the admin one. Fine. So if I want to use Google, see, I'm pinging google.com. So I'm reaching to Google, right? But how am I going? How my traffic is going? Is my traffic going directly from my computer to Google server? What is my IP address? 192.168.1.71. Is it directly going from here to here, a private to public? No, that is not happening. So now I want to see how is it going. What will I do? Trace it. Now I can see how is it going. So now see, this is going to my DNS server first, or my router address. This is my router IP address. Okay, from my machine I'm trying to reach to google.com. Google's IP address is 142.250.182.206. From my machine I'm trying to reach to this one. So what is happening first? It is going to my router. I'm sure about it. This is my router's IP address, 192.168.1.1. I know it, hence I'm sure about it. The next one is, this is the public IP. So I'm not sure किस चीज का होगा, but based on my experience I can tell you. Now this is my ISP's router. पहला request मेरे router पे चला गया. Then this is my ISP's router. उसके बाद वो ISP ने जिससे लीज ले रखा होगा उसका राउटर, देन उनका DNS राउटर, देन उसके बाद गूगल का एक सब राउटर. उस तरह से जो है इनका DNS सर्वर. दिस इज अ लॉन्ग लिस्ट, एंड देन फाइनली आई रीच टू वेयर आई वांट टू रीच. हियर इट इज, राइट. So iska record iske paas hoga, iska record iske paas hoga, and this is how my trace is completed. So this is my route, right? So this is my route and this is my default gateway. Now what is a default gateway? Default gateway, it is one in a network. Now this I have done using my laptop. If I do it using my another laptop or my PC, my work laptop और my mobile phone, मैं कहीं से भी जो भी इस router से connected है कहीं से भी Google को ping करूंगा ना, so the first point of contact जो traffic मेरे private network से जो leave करेगा, that will be from this IP address and this is my gateway. यहाँ से traffic आएगा और यहीं से traffic जाएगा. That is a gateway. Is it clear, guys? What is a gateway? A network gateway.
Yes.
Yes, Sohail bhai.
Everyone, great. Now the gateway and network gateway, it's the same thing. ठीक है, उसको आप gateway बोलो, network gateway बोलो, it's the same thing. So now we're done with gateway and network gateway. Let me quickly explain it to you. Express route, and then we'll proceed with our today's topic, NSG, because yesterday we did VPN. So we'll quickly see express route. I've already created the virtual network gateway because it takes time. You guys saw it yesterday, and then I showed it to you. While creating a virtual network gateway for express route, what should be the different? Still, I'll go to the portal and show it to you once. First, what is an Azure Express route? So use Azure Express route to create a private connection between Azure data center and infrastructure on your premises. Is it clear? This is not happening between Azure. This is not happening between Azure AWS, Azure GCP, IBM, Azure any other cloud, Alibaba, right? No other cloud. Your Azure and your on premises, जो आपका data center है जहां पे physical computers वगैरह रखे हुए हैं, that, or in a coalition environment, it's the same thing. Okay, express route connections don't go over the public internet, and they offer, what do you mean by this? Don't go over the public internet. Does it mean it is not using internet at all? No. Like VNet peering एक हमने देखा था, VNet peering में completely जो है वो आपका Azure backbone network यूज करता है. VPN में क्या यूज करता है? What do we use in VPN, guys?
Internet.
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 Right. So this sentence, does it mean कि इसमें internet use नहीं होता है? It means public internet use नहीं होता है. ठीक है? Be very sure about it. Express route connection don't go over the public internet. Doesn't mean Azure backbone network. It's neither Azure backbone network nor public internet. So what they have a leased line. I explained it to you. If you don't know, watch a simple video. Leased line का 4 या 5 मिनट का वीडियो होगा, and it's not an Azure concept. लीज लाइन हमेशा से चलता आ रहा है. कोई कंपनी भी रन करता है, कोई बैंक भी रन करता है, दे टेक अ लीज लाइन. लीज लाइन का मतलब क्या होता है? इंटरनेट प्रोवाइडर जो है ना आपके लिए एक डेडिकेटेड लाइन बिछा देते हैं जिसमें से किसी और को कोई कनेक्शन नहीं देगा, किसी तरह का कोई नहीं होगा. डायरेक्टली उनके ऑफिस से आपके ऑफिस तक एक लाइन, लिटरली रोड खोद के वो लाइन आप जो है बिछाई जाती है. टेक्स टाइम, इट्स अ कॉस्टली थिंग. इसका मंथली काफी हेवी रेंट आप पे करते हो, बट इट इज अ डेडिकेटेड लाइन. इसमें से किसी और को कोई कनेक्शन नहीं दिया जाता है. सो दैट इज a dedicated line. So what it's trying to say, it is not trying to say that it works on Azure backbone network. It definitely works on internet, but it doesn't work on public internet. It works only on a dedicated line. Who does that for you? Your telecom provider. They will do it for you. You just have to pay them, right? So what happens? What is the benefit when you have a dedicated line? It will be more reliable. It will be more faster, obviously, lower latencies than typical internet connection. So इस sentence में ही आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि it is also an internet connection. It is also an internet connection, but not a typical internet connection. Is it clear, guys? Is this paragraph clear to you?
Yes, Sohail.
Yes, Sohail bhai.
So whenever an interviewer is asking you what is an express route, you have to elaborate this. That's all. Now to configure an express route, you have to create a VNet gateway, which we have already seen how to do it. Exactly like the above practical, what we did in VPN, right? However, instead of selecting VPN, we select express route. Okay, and SKU should be basic. That is fine. Public IP name वगैरह बाकी सब कुछ same होता है. One more thing we have to create, that is express route circuit. Once it is created, you get a service key in the express route circuit, and you have to share this service key with your service provider, with your ISP. And using this, they will provision your connection. Is it clear, guys? The theory part? इतना ही आपको इंटरव्यू में बोलना है। इसको बस अपने लैंग्वेज में इसको आप लर्न कर लो, मगअप कर लो, रीड करो यहाँ से आके, आई डोंट माइंड। क्लियर टू एवरीवन? Are these three paragraphs clear to everyone, guys? Theory
Yes,
part.
Sohail bhai.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and see the practical. So here it is. First thing, I created a virtual network gateway. I've shown it to you last time. Hence, I already created this, right? And guys, what virtual network gateway is a costly one. It consumes a lot of amount. So make sure the moment you practice and your machines are pinging, delete everything immediately. Do not wait for me to cross check. तब तक आपका बैलेंस ही खत्म हो जाएगा. Okay. So express route, similar way. जिस तरह से हमने बनाया था, what is the prerequisite to create express route VPN gateway, guys, or any VPN gateway? ये express route तो सिर्फ नाम है. This is just a name I have given. It could have been anything. UT-Kloud, ABC, could have been anything. Ultimately, what did I create? A virtual network gateway. So what is a prerequisite to create a virtual network gateway?
Subnet gateway should be there.
Yes, a gateway subnet should be there with a specific name. तो वो मैंने बना लिया था exactly same. And then in configuration, the only thing which you have to do, that instead of selecting, let me show it to you. We'll go ahead and check if we can deploy one more. We'll not wait for the complete deployment, but I'll just show you the options, that what did I select here. So obviously you can give any name. Virtual network gateway, this is what I'm talking about. So instead of VPN, I selected express route. The moment I selected express route, यहाँ से काफी सारे options कम हो जाते हैं. The moment I select express route, many options have been gone from here, right? Standard will take here, or maybe basic, anything will do. Virtual network, I will have to select one. Okay, why am I getting this error, guys? Can someone read and tell me?
Because one is already existing.
Exactly. On this virtual network, there is a gateway. On that gateway, there is already sorry, there's a subnet. Gateway subnet is already there, and on that gateway subnet, a network gateway is already there. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to select another virtual network. Okay, but do I have a gateway subnet there in that virtual network? Do you see any gateway
No.
subnet? No. So what is it
No.
doing? It is creating a gateway subnet. Can you guys see it? If it was already there, it will quickly pick it up. It will quickly pick it up. If it is not there, it will create one. Okay. Now IP address will use a new IP address. Will always use a new IP address. को आप कोई भी नाम दे दो. Express route का public IP. SKU will decide basic. If you want to see what is the difference, it's always the same. You go ahead and click on learn more, and you have to just click on create. That's it. That's all you have to do when it comes to virtual network gateway for express route. Instead of VPN, gateway type should be express route. Clear, guys? Till here, is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
Sohail bhai.
Okay. Apart from this, you have to create one more resource, which is called express route circuit. So like how it looks, I'll show it to you. So you click on express route circuit. If there are any existing one, you will see it here. If you have to create new, you'll click create. Same thing, you will have to select your resource group, region, name it. Click next. Here you will select provider. Now, what is the difference between provider and direct? I'll tell you. But इसको बस आप एक information के जैसे लो and leave it even if you don't remember it. I told you whenever a question is, if a question is asked to you about express route, you will clearly say I have not worked on that. I know the concepts. ठीक है, क्योंकि express route बड़ी चीज है and we are not even doing that. So we'll always select provider. Direct मतलब है जहां पर directly आप Azure के किसी data center से connect हो रहे हो ना, that is direct. And this is if you're doing it through some provider. कोई ISP के most of the time it is provider. Right? We'll always create a new. We won't import anything. Now here you will select who's your provider. So who are the provider now? Because I've selected East US. Okay, let's see. Central India. And now do you see एक और चीज हमको सीखने मिली यहाँ पर. The name should be, ये आगे बनता ही नहीं था. The name should be between 1 and 80 characters. And what else it says? Maybe all lowercase. Let's see. Okay. right? So now I have selected India, Central India. So now whatever providers do we have here, we'll see them. Let's say that we are dealing with Airtel. I will select Airtel. Pricing location, this my telecom provider will tell me. Chennai, Mumbai, will discuss them. सारी details. Bandwidth, what have we decided? हम 50 Mbps का plan ले रहे हैं, 100 Mbps का ले रहे हैं, 200 Mbps, 500, 1 Gbps का ले रहे हैं. Should it be local, standard, premium? ठीक है. What is it? Is it a metered connection, unlimited connection? Allow classic operation, will never do yes. ये बहुत पहले होता था, classic operations हमको नहीं चाहिए. So nowadays you will say no. जो 2-3 साल का experience बता रहा है, do not even worry about classic operations and classic resource group, forget it. 5 साल हो गया उस चीज को, ये okay, right? So don't worry about classic things, right? So this is what you will select, and you will click on create. Now all these details will be shared with you, everything in detail. What is it doing? I'll explain it to you. First, let me show it to you how it looks. Once it has been created, how it looks. Once it has been created, you just have to click on create. It looks like this. You click on this. And then you provide this service key to your telecom provider. They will put this service key in their software, and the provision status will be showed as provisioned. Now it shows as non-provisioned, then it shows provisioned. Once that is provisioned, then you will do the connectivity, the connection and everything with the virtual network gateway which you have created. So these are the few basic steps. You don't have to remember these all step by step. You can clearly say never worked on that, expressed out, but I know the concept, और इतना आपको explain कर देना है. I'll tell you in the background what are they doing. अब इस तरह से हमने जो 2 नेटवर्क कनेक्ट ज्वाइन किए थे ना, what is it doing? Let's say here I have my on-prem, यहाँ पे मेरा पूरा on-prem का setup है यहाँ पर, okay? So this on-prem को connect करने के लिए, do we require by the way local network gateway here? Did you see local network gateway? It is not required, guys. It is directly connected to your virtual network gateway. यहाँ से आपकी direct connectivity होगी. And this will go, this is your express route. और express route क्या करता है आपका? Let me show it to you. I had one image saved for you. We are not learning more than this. इतना आपके लिए काफी ज्यादा है. Okay, express route का एक architectural diagram I had. Okay, first let me show this globe to you. I'm sure all of you remember this globe. We saw this maybe on the 3rd or 4th session.
Yeah.
It takes time. Let it download. We'll hardly spend 2-3 minutes here, and then we'll get started with our NSG topic. Okay, so let's say that I have my data center here. Where is our beloved country, India? Let's scroll it down here. ये रहा हमारा भारत देश. Okay, this is the region. Central India, South India. Let's say I have my data center somewhere here. Here, right? And now I am deploying all of my machines here. Machines or anything, or could be any resources. What are the options? One is VPN, directly over the internet. ठीक है? Is that clear, guys? ये जो line देख रहे हो ना आप, this is your Azure backbone network. ये सब Azure का backbone network है, Azure के अपने line है. So when I say when you do the VNet peering, ये इससे ये होके जाता है. When you do the VPN, ये यहाँ से ट्रैफिक होकर जिस भी तरह से आपका सब वो पूरा नेटवर्क का लाइन बिछा होता है ना, यू कैन चेक ऑनलाइन, उसका पूरा एक इमेज मिल जाता है कि सबमरीन लाइंस कहाँ से गई है. द ट्रैफिक विल फ्लो इन दैट वे. So there's one way VPN which will go over the internet. There's another way dedicated line express route. Express route में क्या होगा? If this is your data center, right? So you can select any of the telecom provider, and these are the connections, point of connections for Azure, right? So what will they do? The telecom company, they will lay a lease line for you. एक wire जो है ना आपके लिए वो बिछा देंगे यहाँ से यहाँ तक, and this is already connected. See, this is already connected. This connection Azure has done. So don't think यार ये पास में, why am I going like this? Because this is already connected with a high bandwidth. We don't have to worry about it. तो ये जो gap है ना आपका, ये either you can do using VPN जो over the internet होगा, जो सारे लोग line use कर रहे हैं, उस line को आप use करके इस तरह से आ सकते हो, और यू कैन यूज अ एक्सप्रेस राउट जहां पर टेलीकॉम वाले आपके लिए एक अलग से लाइन बिछा देंगे। आई एम नॉट लिटरली इतना सीधा सीधा नहीं होता है, दे ऑल्सो हैव देयर, उन्होंने अपनी ऑलरेडी लाइंस बिछा रखी है काफी, उनमें से एक आपको लीज पे दे देते हैं, बट आई एम जस्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग इट टू यू व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एक्सप्रेस राउट। सो आपके डेटा सेंटर से यहाँ पर ये हो जाएगा, नाउ यू कैन स्टार्ट डूइंग योर माइग्रेशन एंड एवरीथिंग। दिस इज जस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ कनेक्ट गाइस, अल्टीमेटली जा सब कुछ यहाँ पर रहा है, बट दिस कनेक्टिविटी इज ऑलरेडी देयर। ये बहुत ही अच्छे टाइप की कनेक्टिविटी ऑलरेडी है, यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट। आर यू गेटिंग इट गाइस?
Yes.
So this is your express route, nothing else. This is VPN, this is express route. Clear to everyone? Yes guys, yes,
Yes,
no,
Shivu
maybe.
bhai.
Yes, yes.
So let's close this. This consumes a lot of bandwidth. Okay. Now let's start talking about NSGs. Okay. What is an NSG? Anyone knows what is an NSG? Meanwhile, I'll be deleting these guys. Yes, guys. Anyone knows what is an NSG? Full form? Anything?
Network security group.
Okay. Good. Correct. But what is that, Yusuf bhai?
एक्चुअली उस रूल लगाने के लिए यूज होता है।
हम्म।
रूल्स अपने को इंटरनेट ब्लॉक करना है या आरडीपी ब्लॉक है,
Right. Good.
तो एनेबल करना है इसके लिए।
Good. Yes, it's correct, guys. So let me create a virtual machine quickly, and then while this is being created, I will explain it to you. Okay, so I'm creating a machine, guys. It is taking time today. For some reason, portal is slow. Can you guys see? It is just checking if name is available or not, and it is taking so long. Let me drag it here, and I'll do it on my first screen. Meanwhile, I'll be explaining it to you here. So what is NSG? Very first thing, we'll follow the same concept. हम इसको पहले understanding करेंगे, इसका interview answer ये सब करेंगे, and then we'll go ahead and start reading about it, and we'll go ahead and start deployment of these resources. So what is NSG? NSG is Network Security Group. It contains a list of security rules that allow or deny inbound or outbound network traffic. Is it clear, guys? The first line?
Yeah.
Very important.
Yes.
And I expect and I want you to answer in exact similar manner. याद कर चाहिए तो आप लोग इसको लिखकर, यहाँ पर आप अपने words भी मत input करो, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, because this is very impressive answer and it's a very good definition. The moment you use these jargons, एक अच्छा impression होगा कि हाँ, you literally know something. So network security group, it contains a list of security rules that allow or deny inbound or outbound network traffic. ठीक है? Now, what is the scope of it? It can be associated at subnet level, which is recommended by Microsoft, or at NIC level. What is NIC, guys? Who can tell me?
नेटवर्क
Best.
इंटरफेस कार्ड,
And किसके साथ लगता है ये चीज? कहाँ पर होता है?
लाइक लैन
वर्चुअल
कार्ड,
मशीन का
इट इज योर
नेटवर्क।
नेटवर्क अडेप्टर।
ओके, ये अपने आप बनता है, आपको बनाना पड़ता है, और बनता है तो किस रिसोर्स के साथ बनता है?
वर्चुअल
नेटवर्क
मशीन्स के
अपने
साथ
आप
बनता है।
यस, वर्चुअल
अपने
मशीन
आप
के साथ
बनता
बनता है, अपने आप बनता है। परफेक्ट गाइस, वेरी गुड। नाउ ईच सबनेट and a network interface can have only one NSG applied to it at a time. Is it clear? Now I would be calling it resources, guys. ठीक है, next time whenever I'm asking a question or something, क्योंकि इंटरव्यूअर भी आपसे ये पूछेगा ना, that can I apply multiple subnets to a resource? Can I apply a subnet to multiple resources? तो now, but you know resource जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ, so resource कौन से हो गए? दो ही resources जिसपे आपका ये लग सकता है, NSG लग सकता है. So which are those resources?
The
वर्चुअल मशीन इज
NIC
वन।
निक कार्ड
or the subnet.
Yes, don't say it virtual machine, guys. Virtual machine पे कहाँ पर लगता है? Virtual machine के बहुत components होते हैं, right? So don't call it virtual machine. Be specific. It's either NIC or subnet. Clear है? So next time when I'm asking a question,
Yes.
that can I do this on this resource in this term, in terms of with regard to NSG, that can I apply NSG to multiple resource? So don't think that I'm talking about storage. Don't think I'm talking about some other thing. When I say resource, it has to be clear in your mind. Resource matlab either subnet or NIC. And if I have to be very specific about it, I will be specific about it. Right? But when I'm saying resource, so I'm talking about subnet and NIC. Clear hai yahan tak to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now each subnet and NIC can have only one NSG. Guys, unfortunately, this did not work. I'm still trying to create the machine. Something is wrong with the portal today, right? I'm still trying that. So meanwhile, let's focus on this. Is it clear that each subnet and network interface can have only one NSG applied at a time?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one subnet can be applied to multiple
Sohail bhai,
NIC.
sorry to interrupt. Can you again explain this? Like I didn't understand. Like I'm not able to imagine this explanation. Each subnet and network interface.
Can someone someone wants to try? Guys, who understood it well? Who wants to try?
I'll try.
Yeah, please.
Uh,
Explain it to the
Murtaza,
person. So who asked? Murtaza asked, right? So explain it to Murtaza.
Yes.
there are two levels here. Like one is subnet level, which is you can connect your network. The network security group could be configured with the subnet level to a subnet, basically, or else to a network interface card. Now, network interface card is a component that automatically gets created when you create a virtual machine. While creating virtual machine, or I am not sure about other resources, but when you create a virtual machine, the NIC is created. So it automatically gets associated with either the network interface card in the virtual machine or else with the subnet. With a subnet is a part of the IP address thing.
Okay.
No, this line. Now wait, this line he was confused with, right, Murtaza?
Yes.
Each
Yes.
subnet and network interface can have only one NSG applied to it at a time. So only one network security group will be applied to the subnet or to the network interface card.
Okay.
Network interface card is like a component in the virtual machine.
I got it
So
now. Actually,
only
I
one-
got
only one-
confused with.
We can have only one of them. We cannot have
Yes,
multiple
yes.
NSG
Yes,
network
clear,
security
clear.
groups. And
Clear,
network
clear.
security group is moreover used for like blocking, like it's kind of a firewall kind of thing.
Yes,
Where
yes.
you can block RDP or you can block certain inbound outbound traffic like NAT rules, network address translation rules.
Perfect, Navid. Clear, Murtaza?
Yes, yes. Thank
Anyone
you,
else?
thank you,
Any
sir.
doubt? Yes, guys. Anyone else? Any doubt? Okay. So each subnet and NIC, network interface, it's NIC or network interface, same thing. Maybe this made you confused.
Yes, Sohail bhai,
Can
yes,
have
sir.
only one NSG applied to it at a time. Next thing, one NSG can be applied to multiple subnets or NIC. Is it clear, guys? Is it confusing you? Read both sentences. What am I trying to say here? Read them, understand them. If you're not getting it, ask me. Read both these sentences, this line and this line, very carefully. And I have created a questions also for that, and this is frequently asked question, or ये question मैंने इसमें लिख भी रखा है. Can I apply same NSG on multiple resources? Can I apply multiple NSGs on same resource? इसका आंसर आपको यहाँ पर मिल रहा है. So try to read it and let me know if you're not understanding it. Yes, guys. Any confusion? Anyone who's not getting it? Anyone who can explain it? What is the issue if you're not getting it? Anyone, guys? Yes, no, maybe, guys. कुछ है समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? What is it?
समझ में आ रहा है सॉरी
Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is that on one virtual machine, is this equation correct?
no this is not
No,
What about others? Guys, are you getting it? Please let
this
me
is
know.
not correct.
Shikha, Ramesh, Salman, Nelson, Nitesh, Faisal Bhai, Hussein. Are you guys getting it? Hamid Bhai, Ibrahim, Asif Bhai.
हाँ भाई
आ रहा है समझ में पक्का सबको? Important topic है
Yes.
guys. Please do not do not
Yes.
hesitate. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है मैसेज कर दो अलग से. I'll repeat it. Don't worry. So this equation is not correct, right? Now, and this could be either virtual machine और दूसरा क्या चीज हो सकता है यहाँ पर? इस वाले
subnet
subnet, right? So it could be either virtual machine or subnet, but I'm just representing virtual machine. I hope आप लोगों को समझ में आ जाएगा. So this equation is not correct, right? Guys, only 1 minute
Shubha,
is
I have a
left.
doubt about subnet.
We'll
So,
come to that.
subnet
Only 1
part.
minute is left. When 1 minute is left, we'll join the session without any break, right? But before that, let me give you another equation. Is this correct?
Yes,
it
this
is.
is correct.
Fine. I
This is
hope you got
correct.
it now. Great, you got it. Less than a minute is left. I will close the session. We'll join the same link without any break, and then we'll start with Naved's question. Okay, guys, I'll stop the session. See you without any break in this on the same link.
Yes.